Welcome to Lesson 3 of Module 1.3. In this lesson, we will look closely at how modern agriculture is transforming. Agriculture is evolving at an accelerated pace to meet the challenges of a changing world. These emerging trends encompass technological innovations, new farming methods, shifting in societal values, and changes in economic and policy frameworks. As we explore these developments, we'll examine how they're reshaping productivity, sustainability, and resilience in modern farming. The foundation of today's agricultural evolution is sustainability. That means balancing three core dimensions: environmental, economic, and social, often referred to as people, planet, and profit, or triple bottom line. Farms are not just food producers anymore. They also protect ecosystems, create rural jobs, and preserve cultural traditions. This is what we call multifunctional agriculture, and it's central to the Europeans' approach. Triple bottom line is a key concept in sustainable agriculture. It encourages farmers to consider environmental impact, economic viability, social responsibility. The most successful farms of the future will manage to integrate all three, producing food sustainably, profitably, and fairly. Farms today contribute far more than food. They provide ecosystem services like carbon storage and biodiversity. They host educational and cultural activities, and they create employment opportunities in rural areas. Multifunctional agriculture is about seeing the farm as a hub of environmental, social, and economic values. Let's now take a look at Agriculture 4.0, or the digital revolution in farming. Innovation is central to addressing modern agricultural challenges. We'll look at two key developments: precision agriculture and smart farming. Precision agriculture uses tools like GPS-guided tractors, yield monitors, and soil sensors to manage inputs at a micro level. Instead of treating the whole field the same, we can farm by the meter. The goal is to use less fertilizer, water, and pesticide while achieving higher yields. It's about doing more with less intelligently. Smart farming takes things further with networks of Internet of Things sensors, cloud platforms, and AI algorithms. These systems help monitor weather, soil, plant growth, and even animal health 24/7. With smart farming, decisions can be automated or fine-tuned in real time. The result is a more resilient, data-driven, and self-regulating farm. Climate-smart agriculture, or CSA, is a global approach to make agriculture more climate resilient. This concept was developed to help agriculture respond to climate change while still meeting global food security goals. According to the FAO, climate-smart agriculture focuses on three interlinked objectives: productivity, adaptation, and mitigation. First, productivity. The aim is to sustainably increase agricultural yields and profitability, especially in the face of growing population needs. But rather than relying on intensive input-heavy practices, CSA promotes what's known as sustainable intensification. That means producing more from the same land while preserving resources like soil and water. Second, adaptation. CSA helps farmers adapt to new climate realities, like extreme weather, shifting seasons, or prolonged droughts. This might mean using drought-resistant crops, diversifying farm income with agritourism, or investing in better water management. The focus is on building resilience so that agriculture can continue despite growing unpredictably. Third, mitigation. Agriculture is a significant source of greenhouse gas emissions, from livestock, fertilizer, or land use. CSA promotes techniques to reduce emissions and even remove carbon from the atmosphere, such as using cover crops, no-till farming, or integrating agroforestry. Remember that climate-smart agriculture isn't a fixed set of practices. It's a flexible, context-specific approach that aims for what we call a triple win: higher productivity, greater resilience, and lower emissions. Agroecology represents a different way of thinking about farming, not as an industrial process, but as an ecosystem. It integrates ecological science into agricultural decision-making, focusing on the relationships between plants, animals, people, and their environment. First, agroecology is a science. Researchers study how soil, water, plants, and animals interact to form healthy agricultural ecosystems. For example, they might examine how crop diversity affects soil microbes or pest resistance. Second, it's a set of practices. Farmers applying agroecology might use polycultures instead of monocultures, plant hedgerows to attract beneficial insects, or integrate livestock and crops to recycle nutrients. Agroforestry, composting, and natural pest control are all part of this toolkit. Finally, agroecology is also a movement. It emphasizes the empowerment of small farmers, especially in rural Europe and the global south, and the use of traditional knowledge. It supports food sovereignty and social justice, giving communities more control over their farming system. Agroecology connects farming with local culture, sustainability, and resilience. It's about restoring balance between human needs and the limits of the natural world. Circular bioeconomy transforms how we use resources in agriculture. The circular bioeconomy envisions an economy powered by renewable biological resources that are continually reused and recycled in a sustainable loop. It replaces the linear take, make, dispose model with reduce, reuse, recycle, regenerate for biological resources. Crop residues, manure, and food processing byproducts can be converted into bioenergy, bio-based materials, or organic fertilizers, closing nutrient loops by returning carbon and nutrients to soil. In circular thinking, a single farm product often has multiple value streams, mimicking natural ecosystems where waste from one organism is food for another, turning waste into value. Agricultural landscapes do much more than just produce food. They also generate a wide range of ecosystem services that support the environment and society. First, provisioning services are the most familiar. Crops, fruits, vegetables, livestock, timber, medicinal plants, and feedstocks. These are the tangible products we consume or trade. Then we have regulating services. These are often invisible but vital, such as carbon sequestrations in soils and trees, water purification by wetlands, pest control by beneficial insects, or erosion prevention by crowd cover plants. Supporting services are those that enable the others to function. Think of processes like nutrient cycling, soil formation, and maintaining biodiversity, which all happen beneath the surface but are essential to keep the whole system running. And finally, there are cultural services. These are the non-material benefits we get from farms and rural landscapes, such as recreational walking paths, aesthetic beauty, spiritual connection to land, or the prevention of cultural heritage and local food traditions. Understanding these services is important for multifunctionality technicians. It helps us move beyond the yield per hectare and think in terms of total value, ecological, social, and economic. Agriculture is more than just production. It's part of a full value chain. Agricultural value chains encompass the entire network from input suppliers to consumers, with each step adding value. Many innovations are happening along this chain in how products are processed, transported, certified, sold, and consumed. Consumer-centric trends such as short supply chains, quality schemes, alternative proteins and diet shifts, transparency and traceability, and value chain innovation for sustainability are empowering producers and informing consumers. Understanding value chains is critical for farmers as consumer demands for sustainable goods can open market opportunities. Farmers who innovate with direct marketing can capture more value, like Greek olive oil producers bypassing exporters to sell directly to foreign retailers. At its core, food sovereignty asserts that communities and nations have the right to define their own food systems. It's not just about calories, it's about rights, culture, justice, and democracy. The Right of Peoples emphasizes that food is not merely a commodity. It is a human right. Decisions about what is grown, how it's grown, and who benefits should belong to communities, not just corporations or markets. The concept of culturally appropriate food means recognizing that food is tied to identity. Indigenous and local communities often have deep connections with certain foods, not only for nutrition, but also for cultural continuity and community resilience. And democratic control means that producers, farmers, fishers, and eaters alike should have a say in how food is produced and distributed. This supports local economies, diversity, and sustainability. In the European context, food sovereignty movements are growing stronger, from seed-saving networks in Italy to community-supported agriculture in Germany to participatory food policy councils in cities like Barcelona. Food sovereignty connects to many themes in this course: agroecology, multifunctionality, circular economies, and empowerment. It's about transforming food systems to serve people and the planet. Let's summarize the emerging trends we've explored. Sustainability is the core priority. Modern agriculture balances environmental, economic, and social sustainability while providing multiple ecosystem services. Digital technologies are enabling smart and precise farming. Agriculture 4.0 leverages Internet of Things, AI, robotics, and data analytics to optimize farming through precision and smart technologies. Climate adaptation strategies are also essential. Climate-smart and agroecological approaches help farms adapt to changing conditions while reducing environmental impact. Consumer-centric models and food sovereignty principles are reshaping value chains and empowering communities. The future of agriculture is not just technical, it's ecological, social, and cultural too. That concludes our overview of the most emerging trends. Thank you.